Hello, welcome, Garcelle.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, we're very happy to have you. Thank you so
Thank
much for taking the
you.
time on your busy schedule on this launch day for your book, launch week for your book rather. And we're very excited to have you here in our studio.
I
And
am thrilled to be here. I love being in New York and I love being in this building.
yes, it is a buzz all around this great new book, and we're so excited that you're here for this. And I got to ask. I mean, I know that this is your debut memoir, and but what came to you to write this right now? Like, why now?
Why now? That's a really good question. I have to say, I really feel like 50s is fearless.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot, and it just feels like I'm in a good place personally, professionally. And I wanted to, just share my journey. I feel like it can be inspiring for all types of people,
Yeah.
in different ways. And it felt like a good time to do it.
That's fabulous. That is so great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of have a casual conversation and
Great.
have you sign some books as we do this. So
I love it.
yes. But yeah, I mean, I've read the book, and I really feel like there's so much to unpack in this
Mhm.
book, from how you are and what you've really shared. And I really feel that you have really exposed yourself in such a way
Woo!
that
Why'd you gotta say
is,
it like that? Now
I
I
mean,
feel like,
oh, well,
oh, it's already done, people. The book is out.
I mean, in such a real way, though. You are a person who has such a point of view, and you really have a real rich history in this business, and
Wow.
have come so far. And I loved reading how you talk about it in such a real way.
Oh, thank you.
And
That's really important to me, being authentic. And I felt like I've always been an open book, but there I went really deep with this book and share some things that I hadn't. And even for me, even in writing, I felt like, I unpacked some stuff and there were some things that I didn't realize that I hadn't really put away. And so I had to revisit those things. But all in all, I mean, I think it's funny. I hope it's inspiring. I hope people get something out of it. And I've met so many different people, from Black women to white women to gay men, who go, I connected with this book. And that, to me, I mean, says a lot,
yeah,
right?
there are moments that, I love how the book's structured too. You have, your introduction, and then little tidbits on the beginning of chapters on little sayings or quotes, and
Mhm.
then at the end you have, the gems. And it's just it's little nuggets of you
Oh.
that, as you write the book too, you're just so real, and you kind of say what we're thinking, like the
that's
G spot, and
yeah,
the
that's
the cherry popping, and these kinds of things that I'm like, that's how I think about things. And that's
right,
like,
right.
but you do it in such a way that it's really engaging,
Thank you.
and I'm like, oh, I relate to it, even though I'm not a mother of three. But
Right, that's what I mean,
like,
right?
I find ways to be like, oh, I identify with these moments in your life, and
Thank
these
you.
written down times that are inspiring.
Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate that. I feel like, for me, coming to the United States at the age of 7, not speaking a word of English, moving to Massachusetts from Haiti, um, there was so much that I took. And as an immigrant, I wanted to take every opportunity that was given to me, because that's why we came to this country, and so therefore, I tried to live as much life as I can, because I felt so fortunate to be in this country and to do the things that I got to do.
And it's awesome that we got to experience and get to experience this.
Thank you.
And
Oh, I'm
it's
supposed to
like,
be signing.
I know,
No,
well,
I'm
it's
focused on you.
we're
Okay, I'm
that's
signing away, people.
that's very nice to hear. That's very nice to hear. No, but also, like, just the idea that, you do have such a rich past, and you have so many different experiences, and yet, you know it's now that you chose to write your book.
Mhm.
And I mean, the story of Garcelle is nowhere near done. So
No,
I'm
no, no.
like,
I'm just getting
she's
started,
just
like
getting
J Lo
started,
says.
and like, there's a lot more to come. And so that's an exciting front to consider too. Like, what else is in your, like, pipeline? what
you
what else are you
know,
thinking about? Like,
I don't
what's
like to
next?
plan too much, although I am a planner, but in terms of, like, obviously life happens, right? We can't plan everything and anything.
Yeah,
And so I try to be open. So I'm
yeah,
really open to what's next.
that's awesome.
I'm not driving it in a certain direction. unless we're talking about finding my soulmate, then I'm driving that. I am driving it because I want to find my soulmate. Love Me As I Am is also, it's an homage to my mom, who, as a single mom, brought us all to America on her own. She actually left us, and I talk about this in the book. She left me and my sisters for a year and a half so she could come to the States and start to work and get our papers and make sure when we come in the proper way. Being a mom, I couldn't imagine leaving my kids for a year and a half. But what she did was to give us a better opportunity. And I think that's the most you can ask for.
Yeah.
So I'm open to what's next. I mean, I love producing. I just got a first deal look with NBC Universal. So I'm hoping, to start producing and bringing out more projects. But I don't know. I'm open. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, to have a book with HarperCollins, Amistad, is a huge, huge thing. I don't take it for granted.
A big thing on our side too.
It's phenomenal. I mean, you guys know what to do. You know what you're doing.
We've published some books.
A few here and there.
Right.
Yeah. It's been great.
Well, that's really good to hear. I really also feel like, you mentioned that, your mother, did what she did to help you, and the Love Me As I Am title, it's, you've gone through this journey and found yourself in so many ways, and like rediscovered yourself in so many ways.
Yeah.
And every front you face, you find you again, and
How
it's
about
like
that?
ups and downs. And then, you look in the mirror and you're like, there I am.
There I am, the common denominator of all of it.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, but then you gotta love it though. You gotta love it the whole time. But like, what kind of keeps you going forward? I mean, you have so many talents. And by the way, this is a fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Like,
thank you. I love the fashion.
I saw you on Insta with those butterfly shoes,
and
I was expecting to see those. And
we got to switch it up. We got to keep you guessing. My mom loved butterflies, and so that's really an homage to her. We have it.
The end papers.
We have the end papers in the book, and I got a tattoo last year in honor of her. So butterflies just feels like she's with me. And I write in the book that she gave me the wings to fly, so she's my butterfly. It's just been an incredible journey. I don't know what drives me, honestly. I just love what I do, and I'm an artist through and through, whether it's being an author or producing or being an actor or anything like that. I love, but I think I'm a Sagittarius. We like to switch it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We get bored easily, so it's like, what's next? What's next?
Well, and that's the exciting part of life too. It's like taking whatever comes at you and gonna make lemon out of lemonades. And I know you say that in your book too.
I do.
And you found moments where I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And you did.
I did. And listen, did I have some lemons? Absolutely. Did I make lemonade? For sure. And sometimes I added tequila or vodka to it because we needed that push to get through. But I feel like, no one has a perfect life, and I certainly didn't. But it's making the best of things. Making the best of things. I never would have dreamt that I would have a life like this where I'm doing what I do and I'm written a book that people are interested in. And it's just unimaginable, really, coming from where I came from, a little girl in Haiti. It's just.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that also, you are a star and you are, fabulously famous, but you write as if, you're a real person. You are a real person. And what I read is like very identifiable. Like I can just find myself in some of your experiences. And that is really unique to be able to do that.
Thank you.
I'm,
thank you.
A gay man from California, but we have some. We're like a little bit, not really, but
but we're all connected.
We are.
Do you know what I mean? We're all connected, whether it's through emotion or experiences or DNA. Like, we're all connected in some way, and I feel like being human is underrated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can walk through a Starbucks and look at someone and just smile at them, and we don't realize that smile just changed their day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we all have to stay connected. I really believe that.
Yeah.
and
Totally agree.
give out energy. I'm always telling my kids, give energy to people who give you energy.
Yeah.
It's important to pass that along.
Yep. Yeah. There's another part of in the book that you write about moments where it's, and I'm going to misquote this, but it's for now, for the season, or for forever.
Yes.
And
people come into your lives for
yeah,
a season, a reason, or a lifetime.
there
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. And that to me also is such an awakening where you don't really know until it's past
Right.
that's very meaningful and significant.
Yeah.
And it changes your course.
Totally. I mean, how many times like we get disappointed about something, right? And you go like, why did that happen? I wish it hadn't happened this way.
Yeah.
And then maybe 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, you look down and you go, that's why it happened. It needed to happen so I can get here. You know, even in my darkest time, when I was going through my divorce, I remember being in so much pain. Like I didn't think I was going to live through the pain that I was feeling at the moment. But at that very moment, I heard, I don't know from who, from what, I was the only one in the room. And I heard, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Even in the midst of that. So I had to trust that I needed to be there so that I can get on the other side of it.
Yes.
And that's all we can do is
That's
try
all
to
we
keep
can
moving through.
Right. And
Right.
That's what I really, really feel is a huge takeaway from this book is that we, through your lens, get to feel that and get to know that it's okay. And that, you know,
it's okay. Life is going to happen no matter what we do. It's how we deal with it. Right.
Right.
I mean, I didn't expect in my late 40s to be getting a divorce. Like that's who signs up for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was able through therapy and hard work and a lot of self-help books that probably you guys published, that my kids were important and I needed to get beyond that so that my kids would have a good life and feel whole, although we're not together as a family whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you have any kids?
I don't. 2 dogs.
Okay.
2 dogs.
What are their names?
And my husband a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Foxy Love and Gus.
No way, Foxy Love.
Yeah. Oh,
I love
from
that.
Drawn Together.
Oh my God.
Which is a fun cartoon from a little bit ago.
I love that.
But yeah, they're both corgi rescues, and you know they keep me busy. You know, my husband Sean and I are very busy. But yeah, so. But beyond, you know, the wonderful connection with people that you make in this book, you know, your star is rising, and it has been on this like trajectory for, you know, some time.
Yeah.
And how do you see that, and how do you know, I know the Housewives was a decision that you made to join the cast, and it's, I personally think it's a great decision.
Thank you.
Because I've been a Beverly Hills fan since that franchise started.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's so great.
From day one.
Wow. Do you know who the original cast was?
I do.
Besides Kyle?
Taylor and Adrian.
Right.
And of course Camille.
Oh, Camille.
And
I didn't realize Camille was in the original.
She was.
And she was a Kelsey.
And Lisa.
Oh,
Vanderpump.
right. Oh, Vanderpump, of course. Who we've become friends.
Good.
Well, not everybody thinks it's good.
You know, life's too short for,
exactly.
Bulls,
what are you going to do?
For BS. What are you going to do? You're going
what are you going to do?
Live your life and be you. And
right.
So that's the other thing, too. It's like, I feel like, you know, now that we've opened the Housewives door.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the thing, too. You really bring real to reality.
Oh, wow.
Like, you're a reality star, but you're a star, but also you're a breath of fresh air, and what, you know, people watch on TV and they go, it's a reality show, it's scripted, it's this and that. I really don't feel that about you.
No, it is not scripted at all.
I don't, or whatever people think. I don't feel you're different. You set this way of people to watch, and the engagement is like, I can't not watch this, you know?
Right.
And you're the reason for a lot of people tuning in. I'm sure of that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate,
you know, because there's nonsense going on all around, and the way you deal with it too, and just the way, you know, again, you're you, and
thank you.
It's
no, it was definitely a decision that I had to think about.
Yeah.
You know, just because I had never done reality, but I was a fan of the franchise. Obviously, I had friends on the show.
Yeah.
But at the time when it came to me, I believe timing is everything. I really believe in signs and the universe and all that stuff. And when it came to me, Sagittarius, exactly.
Scorpio.
How are you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So we're like right
yeah,
there.
We're good.
Yeah, we're fall babies.
Exactly. So for me, it was a decision that I had to think about because, like I said, I had never done reality. I was a little nervous of exposing my life because as an actor, you can hide behind a character, and people talk about the character. They're not talking about you per se, right? And so it came at a time where I really wanted to be home. My kids were about to start middle school, and I didn't want to travel so much because all the projects I was doing as an actor were not in LA. I was in Atlanta, I was in Nashville, or Vancouver. So I really wanted to be home, and I said, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
And so I did.
We are thankful you did.
So I did.
To the moon, we are thankful you did.
Thank you. Yeah.
So are there, as, season 12 is going to drop next month.
Yes.
What, any little, and we've all seen the book in the garbage can and the book that could, you know what? It's great publicity.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate that had to happen. And I didn't realize that was going to bother Erica because it's a clip from the trailer that I reposted. It wasn't something that I took out on my own. Exactly. And so she felt a certain way about it. And I'm sure we'll talk about it at the reunion. I'm sure we will.
Right.
I'm sure we will. But it's unfortunate. But it's also not part of the show, but it's not a show where we're all supposed to be best friends.
Right.
And if it was, it wouldn't be what it is. Right. And I'm not saying that I'm not friends with her. It's just, it's unfortunate. But it'll come up at the reunion.
So before you joined the franchise, you were friends with Rena.
Yes.
And anyone else?
Denise Richards.
Oh, and Denise, that's right. Yeah,
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
And I met Kyle a few times around town, at events and parties and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Beverly Hills is small.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So any chance that you'll be on Ultimate Girls Trip next season?
No.
No?
No, I don't want to do that at all. I have no interest in doing that.
See, I love that about you.
One reality show is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You really are somebody that people want to watch on television.
Thank you.
I swear.
Thank you.
So I'm going to, without further ado, go to my phone and talk about some fan questions.
Love.
So here we go.
Uh-oh. Are you going to tell me who they're from?
I am.
Okay. Anyone from America?
No? Yeah. But actually, before I meant to ask this.
Yes.
So this is from James from the other side of the table.
Okay.
Which is me. Okay.
I know.
I love food, and you had that one episode where you hosted a Haitian dinner.
Yes.
So tell me more about, or tell me what do you like? What can I do to make Haitian food for myself really good? I know there's certain recipes that I've tried, and there's a lot of spice. Tried? So there's like a chicken and cashew and onion one. I can't pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
But
cashew or
it's some nuts. It's I
don't know.
I'm gonna butcher the name. I don't have the name right, but it's really a spice balance. There's a lot of spice.
Totally.
And that is where I'm trying to get comfortable, but
you just got to go for it. The thing with
totally things in.
Yeah, totally. Haitian food, we don't measure anything. So I can't tell you to take 2 cups of that and 1 tablespoon. We just do it. I don't even know how to explain that.
So I get that part. I just am
just throw everything in.
Yeah.
Throw some pickles, which is our
spicy pickles. Pickled things.
Yeah. That's really good. But for me growing up, no one sits you down and says, this is how you cook. You just learn as you see, my mom or my grandmother or cousins do. And Haitian food is so good. Unfortunately, with my schedule, I can only cook Haitian food on the weekends because it takes a while. And so on the weekends, I usually cook for the boys. Yeah.
Well, I loved that episode. It inspired me to do more into that. And
I love
that.
Yeah,
I was really.
I'll have to have you over for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be fun.
Okay. So without further ado, Sharon from Virginia asks, what inspired you to write the book right now?
Hi, Sharon. For me, it was really the timing. Like I said, timing is everything. It felt like now was a good time to share my story. I mean, keep saying that there's more to come, but for now, it felt like, from my childhood to modeling to dealing with my relationship with my dad and my mom, and then Hollywood. I didn't, as a kid, didn't have a dream about becoming an actress and being in Hollywood that. It wasn't even in my mind. I really wanted to be two things: a journalist, and I also wanted to be a flight attendant because I love the uniforms, and a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader when I came to the States, again for the uniforms. And so everything else just fell into place, as if God had a plan and I didn't know the plan. I just had to follow the yellow brick road.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Kelly from South Carolina asks, what's the biggest takeaway you want your readers to gain from your book?
Great question. I would say the takeaway would be my resiliency, persevering no matter what. I got a lot of no's. I had a lot of rejection, but there was something in me that kept on wanting to go and not giving up. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
That it's you and your intuition. It's you and kind of feeling it and knowing I'm not done here. The no's, the rejections. Oh, I can't.
They make you stronger. I mean, listen, I also picked an industry where it's all rejection, really. Right. And every now and then you get something good. So I just keep pushing through.
Well done. Well done.
And I want to say this, excuse me. Pushing through, not only career-wise, but pushing through when I was trying to get pregnant and we couldn't get pregnant. And we tried for 5 years off and on. We even thought at one time going through the foster care program. So it's just pushing through regardless. Yeah.
Finding ways.
Call me crazy.
Yeah. No, it's relatable. That's again what I can't. You are so relatable in so many ways. Like that's just how people need more of that. More of those examples. I think nowadays, especially where the crazy just is all over the place, and everyone needs to find some ways, but that strength to go forward, and that's great.
I appreciate that.
What's it like being on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and what is your favorite memory?
Okay. What's it like? It is the most glamorous, fun job. I mean, we could be at home and we're all like dressed as if we're going to a gala, right? That's the fun of it.
Yeah.
What's my favorite memory? I would say the first party that I went to my first season, when I came in with the tulle ball gown, because it was so absurd but so fun.
And wasn't that when Kathy thought you were Kyle?
Oh, that was the next party. Kathy wasn't there the first time. But yes, Kathy does think I look like Kyle.
It's so funny.
She's awesome.
Right. Oh my gosh. Considering that though, but what is considered Housewives casual? Everything's so glam, but like
no casual.
There's no casual.
No. Don't ever fall for casual. They'll say casual, but don't you do it.
Right.
Because you'll be the only one in sweats.
Oh, good to know. Not that I'm going to be on the set anytime soon.
You never know.
But I mean, I guess you never know.
You never know. I didn't think I was going to be on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is your pivoting from Beverly Hills Housewives? What is your favorite memory from the Jamie Foxx show, and what was that experience like?
Oh, there were so many great memories on that show. I remember auditioning, and at the time I had a music video with R. Kelly called Down Low. And this is when you had to call in for the videos, right? So I'm waiting in the lobby to audition, the video. And Jamie was walking by and he came up to me and he goes, "You don't know how many times I requested that video." And that was the first time I had met him.
Nice.
And then I went in to audition for him. And there were some amazing actresses also vying for the part. And when I got it, I was in shock, and I think the reason why I got it was I wasn't competing to be just as funny as he is, because the show was really about him. We just had to support him. But I remember Jamie sitting down. I didn't know he had musical talent, right? But there was a piano on set. So when he sat down for the first time and started playing, I was blown away because I didn't know that. I just knew he was stand-up, right? He did stand-up. So he sat down and he sort of mimicked Stevie Wonder. Then he did Ray Charles, which he ended up winning an Oscar for. And I was just like, who is this guy? Like, he's so talented. And to this day, we have such a great friendship. He's really cool. He's really, and I've seen him like grow as a man and become a father. And it's just great to see.
That really truly is.
Yeah.
And I was doing a little bit of research before this, and there's a wonderful picture of you with him the night he won his Oscar.
Yeah, it's in the book. Yeah. We were over the moon. You would have thought I won because I was so excited. He so deserved it, and he's just a great guy. Yeah.
And I should have said that was Chad from Texas. I forgot to.
Hey,
put that
Chad, good
there.
question. Okay.
Yes. Next is Erica from Arizona. How did you start out in television?
Oh, how did I start off in television? Well, I did a couple of bit parts here and there for, well, before that I started modeling. And from there I got like music videos. I did a Peter Wolf music video that Michael Mann directed. And Michael Mann, who became a huge director, also got me to start. I started in Miami Vice, which was really cool. And so that's really how I think from modeling started getting bit parts here and there just to get my feet wet and to decide that I wanted to be, an actor.
My follow-up to that is, how did you prepare to do the role of Cynthia on Models Inc.?
It was such a stretch, James. I don't know how I did it.
Because I loved that show. It was only one season, unfortunately, but I loved that show.
Oh, that was such a great show. Well, it's in the book how I got the part.
Yeah.
And Aaron Spelling was just, genius when it came to doing those type of shows like Melrose Place and 90210. And so Models Inc. I wish it had a little more life, but it was great.
Yeah. I should be plugging the premiercollectibles.com/love me is where you'll be buying this book. So order your signed copies from that. Again, premiercollectibles.com/love me.
Okay, great. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Next, Joey from California. Any advice you would give to someone who's just starting out in television as an actor?
Absolutely. Go to take classes. Classes are really important. I did something, I don't know who, I can't remember who told me, but I took a couple of classes at the Improv in LA, and it was really a great introduction to acting and being open to different characters. Because in part of improv, if I say to you right now, the house is on fire, you have to say to me, yes, the house is on fire. And then you have to add to it. So you have to be open, right? And that really helped me with the Jamie Foxx show. Because after taking the classes, I got the Jamie Foxx show, and we would rehearse all week. But when the audience came, Jamie got so excited that he would switch things around, and it became like an improv class. Yeah. So I would say take classes, know your stuff, be professional, show up, get, headshots, and then go out there and do it. Yeah. It's not easy, but stick to it if it's really what you want to do.
Improv is definitely a basis for a lot of successful actors.
Yeah.
They need that component, and that experience to build and to go forward. And my sister-in-law actually used to teach improv, but
she did?
She did at
UCB, that's so cool.
At Upright Citizens Brigade.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yes. But I'll plug you there.
Oh, another thing an acting teacher told me that I really feel like was great advice. Don't sit by the phone waiting for it to ring. Go live your life, because you can't play life if you're not living it.
So true.
So
very
don't
true.
Sit by the phone.
Yeah. Let's see here. Kelsey from Oregon. Have you always had a passion for acting, and when did you begin pursuing that as your career?
I didn't realize I had a passion for acting, honestly. I just knew that I loved performing for my family, that I would make them pay me, and my brother was always cheap. He never gave me anything. But I think my passion started when I started doing bit parts once I was done modeling, and it just became something that I loved. And, trying new characters, being different people is really fun, especially if you're playing a villain.
Oh,
yeah, that's fun.
Right. I mean, that's definitely, well, especially for you, that's a step out from, you get to kind of be something you're completely not.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
And
my kids might differ with that. They might go, I don't know. She's tough at home.
You know what, though? It's funny because villains are rather also ones that are remembered the most. And,
sure.
And but I would think it would be fun to kind of play that part, or to kind of take a step into something you're not and really kind of stretch your range. But
Totally.
you know,
Totally.
you know.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ellie from North Dakota asks, what is life teaching you right now?
Ooh, life is teaching me right now to be in the moment. To be in the moment. I think so many times we're so distracted. There's so much going on. The world has changed so much. If someone would have said to us 10 years ago, you're going to be in your house, you won't be able to go out, there's going to be a pandemic, you'd go, what? That's crazy. I think it's taking the moment, because what I learned during the pandemic, I mean, it was stressful for me because at first I had never really stood still that long. And it's like, what do you do? And I had to start like going, okay, just take one day at a time. Don't plan for next week. Don't plan what you're going to do with the kids on the weekend because you can't do anything. Just go one day at a time. And I think, I'm trying to be more aware instead of multitasking everywhere, just being in the moment. Like right now, I'm with you. My phone's not here. Do you know what I mean? If we can do that a little more.
I think everyone's gonna be better off. It's kind of my little Buddhist. I live 3 inches in front of my face, kind of take the moment now, same kind of style. And
before you know, it's gone.
Yeah,
that moment has moved on. Yeah.
Things are changing so fast, and nothing's for sure. So
Yeah.
that's a great little nugget there.
What else? Thanks, Ellie.
Yes. Sean from Wisconsin, what is your favorite book of the chapter, and will there be any more books in the future?
Oh my God, Sean.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. I don't know if there's going to be other books in the future. Sure. I always say yes and see what the world says, what the universe brings.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite, talking about the letter to myself, which was hard to write and hard to read when I was doing the audio book. But I think it was also a message to my mom and what she was able to, the experience that she was able to give me. And also I dedicate the book to my mom and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
My kids came into this world choosing this mommy, right? And then had to share me because I'm not your, I'm out in the world.
Right.
So I have to give them credit because, they had to share me with other people because of what I do. Yeah.
A reminder again, premiercollectibles.com/love me. Yeah. Okay, we have a couple more questions.
Okay.
Jesse from Indiana, what's your favorite pinch me moment in your career?
My favorite pinch me moment in my career would have to be working with Denzel Washington.
Oh.
Like, come on.
Right.
He's huge. I remember I got a call. I had auditioned for a part and I didn't get that part in flight. Mm-hmm. But then one day I'm at home. I have 2 pinch me moments. And then one day I got a call that the director wants to see you. And if you can come read with him, Robert Zemeckis and Denzel Washington, and you're the only one they're bringing in. And will you drive to Santa Barbara? Yes. I would drive to the moon.
Yes.
Yes. So that was definitely a pinch me moment working with him. And also Michael Keaton. When I got Spider-Man Homecoming, Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman. Okay. So when I got to work with him, you too. See, we got a lot in common. I got to play his wife in Spider-Man Homecoming. That was just amazing. So I'm talking to Michael Keaton, who was Batman, and I'm with Spider-Man. Pretty cool. Like, whose life is this?
That is 100%
That's pretty
pinch me
cool.
moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we are at our time.
Okay.
But I thank you so much for this moment.
This was so fun.
So much fun for signing for them, and premiercollectibles.com /love me, where you can purchase the book. And you are just a breath of fresh air. You are wonderful and fabulous in every way possible.
I love you, James. I'll pay you later.
No, but thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate the time.
Of course. So, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, this is John Acuff, New York Times best-selling author of 7 books and someone who's done a live signing. If you like the one you just watched, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's full of amazing authors having great conversations and signing books for viewers just like you. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching today.